Hey Beer Tubers, Ryan back with another episode of Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me. This is the start of Christmas Beer Week. First up is going to be a beer from Portland, Oregon brewery, Hair of Dog, and this is their Doggie Claws. This is their winter slash holiday beer. It's a bottle conditioned American style barley wine, and I heard it's very highly carbonated. I have a towel standing by, so I'm going to get this open real quick while it's cold and poured, and hopefully it won't be too big of a mess. And then I'll talk more about it. This is the 2010 release of this beer. Actually, that's not bad at all. Oh, there it goes. Look at that head rising up on there. 2-finger head. Color-wise, this is a very dark orange bordering on ruby red with a nice yellow tinted off-white head, lots of small bubbles. This is a bottle conditioned beer. It's 11% ABV, so you can definitely age this one. Anyway, I'm going to get the rest of this poured. Hopefully I didn't disturb the yeast too much. I kind of want to keep the yeast out in a barley wine. Oh wow, I mean there was a lot of sediment in this bottle, and now that carbonation just took over, and man, there's a lot of foam left inside the bottle. So actually my head ended up getting up to about almost 3 fingers worth, and there is a lot of carbonation streaming off the bottom. I did get a little sediment in there, but that'll be alright. So what I'm going to do is let this thing settle. There's a lot of carbonation, which is atypical of a barley wine. I heard last year's version was on the flat side, so I think they over-primed this one, or hopefully it's not the early signs of an infection, but I'm going to let this one sit, let that carbonation, which continues to rise out of my glass, and hopefully it won't overflow. I'll come back, get the nose on it, and then we'll get the taste. Okay, 10 minutes later, this head's still sticking around. It's 3 fingers. Still a ton of carbonation coming off it. Jameson, there's your high alcohol beer with excellent head retention for you. Right there, my friend. As far as the aroma goes on this thing, it's pure West Coast. I get a ton of that Amarillo hop character, which is citrusy and resiny. And then there is some Simcoe in there as well, which can be anywhere from like a pininess, a little bit of grapefruitiness, and then even cat piss, if you will. So I get a little bit of that cat piss in there as well. So I think this one's going to be a slow sipper, so I'm just going to probably just drink a little, then come back and let it warm up a little more. Hopefully the carbonation goes down, just keep doing that throughout this 12-ounce bottle. But this might be a long review for me. But I'm going to dig in. Cheers. That's very interesting. You do get a hop character, but it's not till the end on this one. Up front, just big time like sweet malt. And then towards the end, the hops come in and prevent that malt character from going way too sweet on you. It is on the sweet side, and it probably will get much sweeter as it warms up, but right now, it's actually fairly well balanced with the hops and the malts going on. You do get some alcohol just at the very back as it goes down your throat. Not much of a warming alcohol for me right now, but so far I'm really impressed. This is a really nice example of American style barley wine. And Hair of Dog doesn't have a huge lineup going, so I figure whatever they're going to put out is going to be real solid. I can't wait to try their Blue Dot IPA. I haven't tried that one yet. It's a quasi-seasonal beer. They just kind of, I think, make it when they can. I imagine their brewery's not very big. And of course they have the infamous Dave. That's one of those rare whale beers that that they brewed back in the day that people are trying to get. But if you can get their Adam, that is an excellent, excellent beer. And Ruth is another one I think I tried a while back, but I'm going to have to revisit that one. Look at the lacing on that. I can actually see the hop particulates in that lacing. So they must have really dry hopped it, didn't do a whole lot of filtering on it. Because you still get that really creamy head that's now dying down finally. So you get that nice kind of creamy head that's doing the little iceberg thing. That kind of does hit you slightly before you get the beer. So you do get a little bit of a hop flavor from that head with all that hop particulates before that sweet malt hits you. As far as the malt character goes, it's kind of has like a candy-like flavor to it. There's kind of like there's definitely a caramel note, big time caramel note on this. And along with that caramel note, you get like almost like a kind of like a bready sugar cookie kind of like flavor. It's got kind of like a nice sugary, caramelly kind of malt, but then those hops do kick in, and you get some of that citrusy kind of, you know, West Coast style hop character coming into play as well. But so far so good. I'm just going to let this thing warm up even more, see how it does. But right now I'm downing this much faster than I thought I would. Alright, back again. Now this head's pretty much fizzled out, but unfortunately I do get some of the malt now on the nose, but I'm still getting a ton of those really resinous citrus hop characteristics from those Amarillo that you get from all that really thick lacing that's developed on this glass. I mean, I would definitely, if you can, drink this one fresh. You're going to get that awesome hop character. If you like the West Coast style of hops, you're going to really enjoy this one fresh. But I imagine it's going to really age really nicely. And there must be a ton of IBUs in this beer, 11%, because it is on the sweet side, but there's a good amount of hop character on there. As far as the body on this one goes, it's a medium-bodied beer. It doesn't quite coat your tongue as much as you thought it might, but I think due to that hop character, it will dry your mouth out slightly. So it's not leaving a lingering sweetness that some barley wines can do. And in that case, I'm usually not a huge fan of that lingering sweetness. I like how this one kind of dries out in the end with the hop character for now. And then it keeps you going back for more, even though up front it is a very sweet beer. You get that real sugary caramel characteristic with it. So I'm gonna have to give this one A-. It is over-carbonated for the beer, so be warned when you open this one that you're gonna get a ton of head on it, and hopefully not a gusher. I definitely get this one cold, open it cold, and get it poured and let it warm up in your glass, because if not, you might be in trouble letting this warm up to, say, you know, 50-55 degrees. It just might go crazy on you. So heads up if you're gonna be drinking Doggie Claws. Yeah, this is an excellent beer, just maybe a little too sweet up front. I'm not getting a whole lot of complexity with it, maybe due to the carbonation, and there's a nice hop character though, but the malts do kind of get slightly overshadowed in the back end of the beer. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. The alcohol doesn't bother me too much. I feel it more than I taste it, and that's always a good sign. So that's Doggie Claws from Hair of the Dog. Recommended. Till next time, comment, subscribe. Cheers.